Good morning, everyone. The purpose of our session today is pretty straightforward. We've put together a clear, data-driven playbook for 2026. And I want to be clear from the jump. This isn't about just maintaining our current lead in small business insurance. It's about how we leverage every single one of our strengths to achieve undeniable, long-term market dominance.
So, here's how we'll walk through it. First, we're going to ground ourselves in our current position of strength. From there, we'll take a hard look at the shifting battlefield of the market to pinpoint some really clear, exploitable gaps. Then, we'll dive into the core of this, a detailed 4-pillar strategic playbook. And we'll wrap up with a clear vision for how we get from being the leader to being truly dominant.
Okay, first things first. Let's be absolutely clear. We are coming at this from a position of incredible strength. This isn't a conversation about fixing something that's broken. This is about building an empire on what is already a rock-solid foundation.
And that foundation, well, it's already delivering some serious momentum. Just look at the third quarter of 2025. Our small business group put up an exceptional 11% in premium growth. I mean, that's a powerful signal of our traction in the market right now. Now, here's where that 11% becomes more than just a number. It becomes a statement. When you put it in context, you see we are dramatically outpacing key, high-quality competitors. Travelers at 4%, Chubb at 3.5%. So we're not just growing, we are actively accelerating away from the pack.
So, what's at the heart of this success? Well, a huge piece of it is our sustained leadership in digital. For seven consecutive years, Keynova Group has ranked us #1 for our small commercial digital experience. This isn't some temporary edge, This is a core compounding advantage that gets stronger every year.
So let's just quickly summarize that foundation. We've got incredibly profitable growth. You can see it in our 89.8% combined ratio. We have what I like to call a digital moat, a lead in technology that is just really, really difficult and expensive for our competitors to even try to replicate. And this is all built on the trust of over 1 million small businesses and backed by top-tier claim service. It's this potent mix of profit and tech that gives us the strategic flexibility to go on offense.
Okay, so we're strong, no question. But the market itself is anything but static, right? The current dynamics, especially these hard market conditions, are actually creating some very specific and very interesting opportunities for us.
The pressure of this market is forcing our competitors into predictable and, frankly, vulnerable positions. They're making these big, broad, reactive moves that we, with our more precise and surgical approach, can systematically exploit.
Our analysis shows 3 main fronts where competitor weaknesses have opened up clear gaps in the market. Those fronts are pricing, service, and, interestingly, geography. Let's break each of those down. So, the first gap, pricing. And this is a big one. Just look at the contrast on this slide. We're taking this precision, analytics-driven approach with renewal increases averaging around 6.5%. Meanwhile, a competitor like Travelers is taking a sledgehammer approach, pushing these broad, double-digit hikes of nearly 11%. So what's the crucial point? They are trying to protect their margins by overpricing their best, most stable risks. And this is effectively pushing their highest quality customers out into the market looking for a new home.
Gap number 2 is service. Yeah, price is the #1 driver of dissatisfaction. You see it right there. But look what's right behind it, service and claims. And some of our biggest competitors are really stumbling here. I mean, look at State Farm. In just 1 year, they plummeted from #2 all the way down to #11 in J.D. Power's small business satisfaction rankings. This is creating a massive pool of frustrated customers who are suddenly valuing a stable, reliable experience more than ever.
And that brings us to our third gap, geography. As carriers like Progressive, State Farm, and Liberty Mutual start pulling back from key states like Florida and California, they're literally creating voids in the market. They are walking away from profitable customers and abandoning loyal agents. This isn't just a retreat. It's a wide-open invitation for a disciplined carrier like us to step right in and scoop up that high-quality business.
So, the big question is, how do we systematically exploit these gaps? Well, that brings us to our 2026 strategic playbook. It's built on 4 clear, actionable pillars, all designed to achieve market dominance.
These pillars are 1. Fortify the digital moat. 2. Execute precision underwriting. 3. Achieve service excellence. And 4. Targeted market expansion. Let's walk through what each of these really means.
Pillar 1 is all about playing defense that actually creates offense. We're going to widen our existing technology lead. We'll do this by enhancing the entire digital journey, deploying AI for personalization, and fully integrating our One Hartford platform. The goal here is simple: to make our digital experience not just the best, but utterly seamless, and, for our competitors, insurmountable.
Now for Pillar 2. This quote really captures our underwriting strategy perfectly. While competitors are applying these brute force pricing increases across their entire book, our superior analytics and our profit buffer, they allow us to be surgical. We can be selectively soft where they have to be hard. We can pinpoint their best, overpriced accounts and win them over with smarter, fairer pricing.
And we're going to do this through some very specific tactics. We'll launch what we're calling Project Advantage to actively target those competitor renewals that are facing those steep 10% plus rate hikes. We'll use our AI-driven risk engines to quickly identify and approve these superior accounts, making absolutely sure we grow profitably, not just cheaply.
Pillar 3 is all about service. In the premium market, there's this perception of a Chubb gap, this idea that there's a difference in service and claims quality between them and everyone else. Well, our strategic goal is simple: eliminate that gap. We are going to make our service experience a powerful competitive weapon.
And we'll get there with a really bold goal: reduce our average claim cycle time by 25%. We'll use AI for faster triage and proactive updates, and we'll create a best-in-class digital self-service experience. This is how we turn service from just a cost center into a powerful tool for retention that really justifies our value.
And finally, Pillar 4. This one connects directly back to those geographic opportunities we talked about earlier. We are not going to be passive observers here. We will be the stable, reliable choice that intentionally moves into the voids our competitors are creating. Now, this will be a smart, disciplined expansion. We'll go into places like Florida and California and cherry-pick the absolute best risks. We will actively capture the high-quality business and agents that are being left behind by carriers like Liberty Mutual. Essentially, we are going to become the go-to stable market for small businesses in these volatile regions. So let's bring this all together. The path forward is crystal clear. This 4-pillar plan isn't designed to just maintain our lead. No, it is engineered to decisively extend it and, in the process, establish a whole new standard in the market.
This timeline really visualizes the journey. We've spent this year establishing our position of strength. In 2026, we execute this playbook. By 2027, we will have measurably widened the competitive gap, which sets the stage to achieve true market dominance by 2028. This creates a virtuous cycle, where profitable growth funds even more innovation, which widens the gap even further.
So I'll just leave you with this final thought. The question before us is no longer about how we lead. The real question is, how do we transform that leadership into lasting, unquestionable dominance? This playbook is the answer. The opportunity is here. The plan is clear. Now it's time to execute. Thank you.